To unlock your full potential, you have to treat focus like a sacred discipline. You can't evolve while holding on to what's easy and familiar. Growth means stepping away from comfort, walking away from distractions, and saying no repeatedly, so you can finally say yes to the one pursuit that truly matters. It's not just about removing noise. It's about cutting off the things, people, and patterns that weaken your intensity. Focus isn't just where you place your attention. It's a decision about how you live. When your energy is spread thin, your outcomes will be too. But when you channel everything you've got in one direction, there's no stopping the force you become. The world is built to fracture your attention. Alerts, opinions, temptations, comparisons, all pulling at you. Each time you give in, you hand over power that could have changed your life. Those who rise understand this. They treat focus like freedom. They protect it. They eliminate everything that doesn't serve the mission. This kind of commitment isn't glamorous. It's not always rewarding in the moment. It means doing hard work in silence without applause. It means showing up when no one's watching and when quitting feels easier. But it's in those moments that your future is forged. The person you aim to become is shaped not in sudden victories, but in the silent grind of focused action repeated over and over. You don't need more hours in the day. You need to aim your time better. You don't need bursts of hype. You need consistent intention. You don't need to chase everything. You need to pursue the one thing that changes everything. Growth isn't about doing it all. It's about doing what matters most again and again. That's where strength builds. That's where confidence forms. That's where you begin to transform. If you're serious about becoming more, then strip away the distractions, silence the excuses, stop compromising with your focus, and decide, once and for all, what you're here to build, then give it everything. Not occasionally, not when it's easy, every day. The version of you you're meant to meet is standing behind a wall of relentless focus. If you want that future, you'll have to earn your way into it. That's the truth. Unwavering focus isn't just useful. It's the cornerstone of transformation. You can have the biggest dreams, the sharpest talent, and the strongest desire, but without disciplined focus, they go nowhere. Growth doesn't show up just because you want it. It shows up because you've made a decision. I'm done wasting energy on things that don't build me. That line in the sand, that declaration, is the start of your rise. Everyone has potential, but potential without action means nothing, and action without focus is just movement. Focus makes your action count, not just once, every single time. True focus doesn't bend with moods. It doesn't chase convenience. It stands up to resistance and says, this still matters, I'm not done. That's the kind of clarity that changes lives. That's what turns maybes into milestones. You stop reacting. You start leading. You stop drifting. You start deciding. You stop settling. You start showing up for what actually matters. There's a power that comes from refusing to be distracted, a deep internal certainty that can't be faked. It grows every time you follow through. Every time you stay locked in, every time you choose focus over excuses. You don't become unstoppable through hype. You become unstoppable through consistency. It's not about chasing 100 different dreams. It's about having the courage to pursue one with everything you've got. The world is busy, but growth isn't about motion. It's about direction. The disciplined rise. The committed elevate and the focused evolve. You don't owe explanations to people who don't see your vision. You owe discipline to yourself. You owe it to the person you could become. That's what growth demands, clarity on what matters and obsession with pursuing it. That obsession, it's not burnout, it's liberation, because when you're finally free from the pull of distractions, you reclaim your edge, your time, your power. Real change doesn't come from doing more. It comes from choosing less, better, from aiming your focus at the essential and cutting out the rest. Growth means sacrifice. You can't expand and stay the same. You can't level up while giving your energy to anything that slows you down. Focus means being intentional with your mornings, with your mindset, with your mission. It's not always flashy, but it works, and what works wins. You start building a life that aligns, not just impresses. You stop speaking about change and start living it. You begin to hear the silence beneath the noise, that quiet clarity where your deepest values speak loudest. That's where growth lives, not in hype, but in the daily, invisible choices to stay the course. Temptation will always call, distraction will always whisper, but focus silences both. It says, I know where I'm going, I know what I'm building. That's your anchor, that's your edge, and every time you choose it, you sculpt your future. Talent doesn't guarantee success. Focus does, and focus reveals your commitment. It shapes your day, it filters your energy, it defines your future, because focused energy moves mountains. Scattered energy digs holes. If you want lasting change, stop dipping your toe in. Go all in, not when it's convenient, every day. Align your time, your thoughts, your habits with what matters. That's how breakthroughs become your new normal. That's how you go from dreaming to doing. Average is seductive. It whispers, this is enough. But you weren't built for enough. You were built for more. And more doesn't come from ease. It comes from excellence. And excellence begins with rejection of mediocrity, of excuses, of anything that waters down your mission. You don't accidentally achieve greatness. You decide for it. You commit to it. You protect it. And that protection starts with your focus. Every time you say no to what's easy, you say yes to what's necessary. You elevate your standards, you rise above the norm. Most people will drift toward comfort. But if you want to live an uncommon life, you must make uncommon choices. You'll miss some parties, you'll say no when it's inconvenient, you'll make peace with being misunderstood, but you'll gain momentum. You'll attract opportunity. You'll feel the confidence that only comes from showing up for yourself when it's hardest. The distance between your current self and your future isn't about luck. It's about consistent action. And consistent action is impossible without deep focus. Yes, it will cost you. Growth always does. You'll have to let go of what's familiar. You'll have to prune your habits. You'll have to sharpen your standards. But in return, you'll gain something irreplaceable, the life you were meant to live. Everything in the world is fighting for your focus. Your job is to fight harder, protect your energy, decide what deserves it. Give it with intensity, hold it with discipline, because the results you want, the progress, the power, the peace, they're not found in scattered effort. They're found in laser focus. You want a stronger mind. Focus. You want a better body. Focus. You want deeper relationships, meaningful work, clarity of direction. All of it requires focus. The life you're building is being shaped right now by what you give your attention to. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Aim now, commit now, build now, because your future isn't waiting. It's watching.